Maybe we are. Maybe we need to know somewhere to start.
What makes you think that I know? And she's suddenly really nervous, really more reticent about that.
Def just sort of looks at the others. Any of you organic types want to try?
If you were any more obvious about it, you'd probably have a gigantic flashing sign behind you.
Says the girl with the fucking mechanical arm. Fuck.
Where does she sound like she's from?
Sire, absolutely. Other than the amount of cussing that she does.
Right, I mean, the accent is Siren.
She's most likely part of the people who hired us. That's my deduction.
So, with this big old mechanical hand of mine, I clearly don't have much room for intelligence, so maybe you could point us, or maybe you could give us some directions and say a place that people should normally stay away from, a place that, you really don't want to go if you're just a bunch of tourists like us.
Well,
the whole district.
The whole district, for one. But I wouldn't expect you to understand something so obvious when your arm is such bad quality.
Oh. Wow. Her fingers hook back at an unnatural angle, and a blade pops out through her palm. She's like, "You want to repeat that?"
The girl holds up her hands and waves them and says, "Oh no, I'm scared of you. Give me a moment with a wrench, and I'll have your arm in pieces."
Now let's not do anything hasty here.
Takes you a moment. Amateur.
I reckon ain't none of us on the opposite side of this here equation.
So what? She was trying to leave this alleyway.
Yeah, she's trying to walk the other way, which would be another alleyway exit.
My lady Caneth.
Who?
Does she react?
She goes stone still and stares at Rook.
Skylar puts the blade back in her hand and grumbles.
Depp turns towards Rook and he does that thing with one of his eyes again. It's good cop time, right?
I guess so. It's clear that you're not, usually in this district.
I'm here all the fucking time. Where else would I be? These are where my people are.
Well, it's obvious that you do have more for yourself than most of the other Sirens.
Maybe.
So it seems to me that you probably have a vested interest in us helping keep the Sirens from being exploited.
There, give me 1 sec.
Hey guys.
What's up? What's up?
What? Who is this person? I wasn't paying attention.
She seems to be from House Kenneth.
She's a wealthy Siren who knows a lot about artificing, so I figured she was probably from House Kenneth, and her reaction confirmed it.
Who the hell's House Kenneth?
They're a dragon-marked house. They're the ones that make stuff.
Warforged.
Among lots of other things.
And
they're like the kings of artifice.
Did they make the train things with someone else, right?
They made the trains.
They make the trains, oh yeah.
But they don't.
They made the trains, but the trains were run by House Orion.
Yeah.
A lot of the really big projects are multiple houses working together.
Yeah. So it's basically House Kenneth is house make stuff.
That's they bear the mark of making, so
there you go.
They make stuff.
So a lot of places on the continent you'll find even people that make really mundane things will be connected with House Kenneth, even if they're not necessarily members of House Kenneth. because all the dragon-marked houses try to maintain absolute monopolies on their particular fields of expertise.
Anyway, so the blonde lady, kind of after she went stone still, being called Madame DeCaneth, or Lady DeCaneth, whichever one. She kind of snaps all of a sudden at Rook, like points at him, and just starts kind of going off on him a little bit. She says, "Well, that's what your job is for, huh? I hired you guys. Fuck." And then she kind of stops and goes, "Oh shit."
Well then. I just have one question.
Yeah?
Do you know someone by the name of Hyde?
No fucking clue.
You got a description of the perpetrators of these here felonious acts.
Oh, yeah, totally. I have that. She actually like goes to that box that she was sitting on, and that cloak that she was wearing a moment before that she whipped off to try to look, inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work.
Yep.
She's got a pack in there too, and she pulls forth like some sort of strange thing. I'm going to just call it an etch-a-sketch. And she basically kind of does a actually pretty nice artistic rendition of someone. It's not female, and it basically looks like a horribly disfigured halfling.
I show it to Gyrax and say, "Anything you can do with this, Pilgrim?"
I may require time to study this.
She gets really narrow eyes at the Dragonborn and says, "Whoa, that's creepy."
Yeah, it is.
In the
It seems
meanwhile,
alright to me. It's very warm at night.
now, they have any particular route they might take or area operations where we might intercept them?
No, that fucking traitor doesn't even know where his ass is. Just wanders around and then beats people until they give him money.
Traitor.
He's got blonde hair and blue eyes like us. And he speaks like a siren when he speaks.
But he ain't one of y'all?
I think he is.
Hmm.
But I don't know. That's why I hired you assholes. You aren't as cool as I thought you'd be.
Well, ma'am, being cool ain't necessarily part of my repertoire, but being effective requires information.
Yeah, apparently so. She sounds very disappointed.
I'm sorry we can't read minds, but that ain't within my purview.
The
Mark Dash can.
conundrums of philosophy.
Yeah, Mark is like... So we need to lure him out. I mean, shouldn't be too hard. Let's just go shake some people down.
Shake some of the sirens down?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to stop.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Montesh is like, wait, no, I thought we were here to hustle them for money. What?
You see, we muscle in on their territory and they come out to stop us. And then we jump on.
That's the nail right on the head.
I understand how he's thinking because
Yeah.
that's a good criminal thing to do.
Fuse is thinking on my brain like.
I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I understand it.
Well, if this fella got a name, a
She kind
moniker.
of like... She obviously knows the name, but for a moment she's like kind of embarrassed almost. And says, apparently he's called Ripsaw.
Ripsaw.
Saw?
This
Well-
doesn't seem strange to Depp at all. He's like, Ripsaw.
Is he a
The rest of us all have a good laugh. Depp is like, perfectly good name.
Gyrax doesn't understand why it's funny, but he laughs at the rest of you.
He's like looking around to make sure he stops laughing when everyone else does.
Yeah.
Well, this is useful information we should have had to begin with.
You were supposed to be, like, cool. That guy, Revo, he was totally talking you guys up. You said you guys were, like, literally mind readers. Everyone just kind of slowly... Go ahead.
Literally mind readers.
No,
You're
not.
supposed to, like, just, like, crack safes and, like, do action stuff, and it was supposed to be cool. That's why I was watching. But
Is
no.
there a safe y'all need cracked?
I can blow open a safe, no problem. But,
We ain't just gonna go crack some random safe in the middle of the street, ma'am. It's you gotta have a target.
I don't fucking know. Maybe they have a safe where they're keeping their fucking money. Now go find out.
Well, if they do, we'll have to crack it.
Good, then do that. Go talk to...
It'll be really cool when we do it.
Yeah,
oh,
she'll totally miss it.
fantastic.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so many explosions.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. It's a pity you're not gonna be there.
I'm sorry, do I have like a Kathleen corpse now or something?
What?
What?
I think I missed an essential part of
It was a sketch.
Oh, okay.
On an extra sketch.
You got a body right here. A body.
That shit a corpse in the box.
Yeah, the person who's been doing it. Here's his dead body.
Eat the body and get his rich, tasty courage, guy.
I hear his last
Dragonborns
words
eat
were,
the other races,
"Other
I'm not
gal."
sure.
Oh, dude.
Look, it's fine. We weren't expecting to come across you. We've got a lot of leads. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Good. Then do that.
We will. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, why are you hanging out in an alleyway, by the way?
She just kind of... It's just... Well, how else was I supposed to watch you without being, obtrusive? It's supposed to be stealthy.
Well, you weren't, and you kind of stand out like a sore thumb.
That's why I had the cloak. Jerk.
It's a real nice cloak. Maybe too nice for this area.
Yeah, you need to consider disguise, blending in better. Everyone here has got dirt on their cheeks. Their hair is clearly disgusting. You need to bring yourself down to their level.
She grabs her cloak again and puts it on and says, "You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm just going to walk out." And she does that.
I think that went well.
So, how much of a mind reader is my character to you?
Probably just surface thought.
Alright.
Alright, so now we know who we're looking for.
It's a real useful bit of information.
It was.
Hopefully she will stay out of our way.
No, there's not a chance.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
should be back.
I know.
I do not think that she is going to make this job any easy for us.
Depp, make sure you keep an eye out for her.
Can do, Depp says, removing one of his eyes.
He throws it after
clatters
her.
to the ground. Alright, so you guys weren't really keen on my shakedown idea, so we know what the guy looks like now. Maybe we should go talk to some likely shakedown targets and figure out when he comes by to collect.
Yep, where's the nearest shop?
Do they
Shop?
do
Or
they even have shops in
establishment?
here?
A shack, maybe?
Are you just looking for, like, literally the closest one, or...?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's say that is the Gray Sword across the street, which is a, well, shithole of a tavern.
Great! Great.
Great.
Great. So we go to the Gray Sword, the shithole of a tavern.
Mike,
Yes.
why don't you tell us what it looks like inside the Gray Sword?
Well,
They're all dressed as swords.
it's basically a very, what time of day is it outside? Say,
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It's like, yeah. Well, the lighting isn't great in here. There's maybe a few small candles lit. It's dank. You entering inside, you have the sense of just moistness, like the really gross kind. And there's a smell that wafts up that's just like it's like this mixture of just soil and human filth. It's like not super pungent, but it's just kind of lingering in the air. It's like a dull afterthought. The people inside are kind of just lost in their own misery. They don't really bother to even look up at you as you come in. And the accoutrements kind of aren't. It's a shabby, kind of depressing place, but there are some wares for sale. They're kind of, they're the kind of thing that you wouldn't even find for sale outside because there's barely a distinguishment between them and junk, but, it's what it is.
In a tavern?
Yeah, it's a tavern.
It's a tavern.
Yeah, and the wares are beer. Poor beer.
Oh. So
It's more water than beer.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
really
water. Really, it's really
spacious
just
inside?
it's really just water that somebody kind of spat into.
Delicious.
Extra phlegm.
Yeah.
So is it really big inside, or?
It's, I would say it's medium-sized. Like, probably kind of...
That's what he tells all the ladies.
Yeah. No disappointment yet.
Average.
Is there like a
Solidly
second?
middle of the road.
Is there like a second floor?
There is a second floor, but the stairs don't look very trustworthy.
And it's like what? It's like up there. It's kind of overlooking the main
Yeah,
area of the
there's
tavern.
Like kind of a balcony up there that you could look it over from. But really, it seems like it may not have been in use for quite some time.
And some really bad tables all over, just waiting to be broken.
Some of them already are broken. And you just have people sitting at them anyways, because why bother?
Yeah. Are there like 3 people playing dice in the corner and 2 people about to have a knife fight?
Okay, yeah, but it's like the saddest one of those ever. Like the dice are kind of really, they're really more marbles at this point. All the etchings are filed off, and the knife fight is really just a bone flint fight.
I'm glad they got so into it and then made this worse than it was.
Yeah.
I said shithole and they just took it.
Yeah. And there is literally a shithole in the corner.
Depp has been...
Right now, the toothless waitress is poised over.
Ugh.
I'm on my break, honey. Come back in 5.
Oh, dear.
Fortunately,
yes.
Depp has been programmed to find no smell objectionable, so he's just like,
Roses.
it's alright.
Pungent.
Could be worse.
Alright, so you're in this place. It certainly is a place.
Yeah, we painted a picture for you right there.
You did.
Not worth the cost of the paints.
It wasn't really paint.
Yeah, that's not paint you're watching dry.
Oh dear.
That could go in many directions.
So we should see if the proprietor has been getting shaken down.
I gotta be honest, guys. I'm just gonna wait outside.
What?
Why?
This is too foul for me. I'll be outside, guys.
You're not being a team player, Mocktash.
Look. I'll keep an eye out outside. It's fine. Go ahead.
We just don't want to touch anything.
Then don't touch nothing.
Look, it's fine. You don't need me to skim anybody in here. Just go talk to the bartender.
It'd be real useful if you could be there.
Pretend to shake him down. It's easy.
Oh, I don't reckon that's what I'll be doing. But alright. If you're too scared, I'll go do it myself.
I
think
shall
it's nice
accompany
in
you
here.
in an advisory capacity.
Seems like a fine place to me.
she was just like, I met my first girlfriend in this place.
Aw.
She was in that pit over there.
Oh.
Toothless barmaid?
Yep.
Yep.
Gross.
Raz is like, you could use a bomb or two to liven it up, but other than that, it's fine.
All right. All right.
Depp will
I'll be
mosey
right back.
on up to the bar, seeing as Moktesh isn't going to do his part.
All right. You see, well, the bartender is similar to you
Ah,
in that they're Warforged.
they
See?
exchange the
See?
traditional Warforged eye semaphore greeting.
No, he doesn't even look up. He's cleaning a glass. One thing you notice as you walk up is that his chassis, his metallic parts, are covered in like very obvious battle wounds. But because Warforged need to go and undergo periodic maintenance and replacement of parts, it's kind of clear to you, being another Warforged, that he has deliberately chosen not to get rid of those.
Right, marks of pride.
He hard.
Or
This-
something else.
This may not go well. Depp is perhaps not very respected amongst the Warforged who actually went to war.
Dev walks up with his super shiny chrome, like markless chassis,
Well,
freshly minted.
hopefully
still
the
got the seal
poncho
on it.
will hide
Yeah.
the worst of it. I assure you, underneath this, it's just a mass of... It's gross, it's real bad.
I don't even have a chassis. It's just wires.
Just wooden wires, that's all it is under here. Alright, so I'll attempt to get the bartender's attention. Clear my non-existent throat.
Just plays a throat clear top whip.
That's the MIDI version.
He still doesn't look up. He says, "Don't get many of us around here."
Well, I don't reckon we would.
Hmm.
Ain't exactly requisitions, or ain't exactly a requisite for us.
More at the drinking thing, but sure.
What does he think I meant? I don't reckon you've had any trouble with some ruffians lately.
He kind of glances up at that and gives you like this look, like his eyes adjust in certain slants that give the impression that he's kind of looking at you like you're dumb, and he doesn't say anything about it.
More in the usual type. Someone say trying to take a cut of your business.
Hmm.
No. Show him the Etch-a-Sketch and go, have you seen this boy?
I don't have the Etch-a-Sketch. Gyrax has the Etch-a-Sketch.
I want to see the T-1000.
He is!
He's studying it very closely
Yeah, when-
outside.
When he was slowly walking after the girl in the alleyway, that's all I could think of.
Gyrax produces it.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
He sinks his hooks into her cape and just drags after her.
It's the neutral T-1000.
Anyway.
He goes, and that's his answer. Is a grunt? The grunt dot wave.
Now, as a fellow Warforged, what can I decode from this grunt?
It's just his way of saying, "Yeah, sure, fine."
Is it, or does it tell his entire life story from the factory to now?
Just all binary.
It's like a modem sound.
He doesn't seem keen on talking about it, but he did at least acknowledge it.
Well, alright. We were hoping to maybe give them some trouble back. But we ain't quite sure where to find them.
That's so. Well, aren't you some heroes?
Well, I suppose you could call us that, but more than likely we just want to get paid.
Ain't that the way?
Always is. Can't survive without the money.
For some reason, he seems to respond well to the honesty, and he opens up a little more by saying, well, doesn't come very regularly, maybe once a month.
Are you a little man?
Mm-hmm.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed?
Mm-hmm. And a saw for a hand.
Ha! I knew it.
It's like dueling sling blades over here.
Now, does he come alone, or he got a posse?
French fried potato.
What?
Always.
This jargon is going too far.
No, he says, usually with a posse.
How many?
How
many he got in that there posse?
He turns to look at Mock while hiding under a table. No.
Well,
You don't want to be under those tables.
I don't think Mock can communicate telepathically with Deb.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
Damn, those are some good Warforged.
They are some good Warforged. But, yeah, this guy says, just kind of grunts, kind of shrugs. It's different each time. They kind of sense that you're getting about this guy, about Ripsaw rather, is that Ripsaw is not very sane.
I mean, he did replace his hand with a saw.
Yeah, two to the saw hand is probably not.
And then named himself after it.
He really is a Warforged. It's like the one across the table. His name is just like Whiskey Guy. I don't reckon anyone's seen where they heading.
Mostly come and go as they please. If there's anyone here that might know, I reckon maybe Counselor Terrell.
Counselor Terrell. Well, thank you kindly.
Where can we find this person?
Well, man under the table.
I'm earning nickels.
Oh.
Damn.
Just gotta look around for the black tent.
Black tent.
Whoa.
No. We're not doing that. But
Yes,
yeah, black
indeed.
tent.
Blacktail.
No.
What?
Blacktail!
What is it? What is a black tin?
A black tent.
Tint. What is a black tint?
It is a tent that is colored black.
Oh.
Depp tips his hat and moseys on out. Y'all take care. They continue to grunt at each other while Depp walks out the door.
I think you made a real connection there, Depp.
Yeah.
Man, why didn't you two just marry already?
Warforged aren't legally allowed to marry, you know.
Yeah, Warforged marriage is a contentious issue with the with the polity.
Saying first you marry your Warforged, then you're just marrying a forge. It's a slippery slope.
Sorry, I'm back.
Speaking of marrying the forge, here's Skylar.
I'm happy that you're back, so don't apologize for it.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Nothing.
I don't know.
So we're looking for a black tent. There's a counselor there who might know a little bit more about this here Ripsaw folk. Who comes around with his posse and shakes down these here gentlemen about once a month.
Did you ask when the last time they did it was?
I surely did.
No, you didn't.
Retroactively, one of the grunts that we said as we exchanged as I was walking out the door contained within it that information. We Warforged are very efficient at communicating in ways you people could not understand.
Suspect.
Yeah, you probably would have figured it out, but it's he's been there at least a couple days ago.
And that information was that it were a couple days back.
Well, we've got a new lead. Let's follow the trail.
Let's follow these particular breadcrumbs.
Indeed.
To the black tent.
The black tent.
See, if you say it right, it sounds ominous. The
It's
black
true.
tent. It's
Tent?
just a
I thought it was tint.
tent.
With an E.
Tunt.
Beads?
But
It's
how are you going to find
the
it?
Tuntmore Hotel.
All the buildings around here are wood. Crappy wood, but wood.
Well, then obviously a tent is going to stand out.
Yeah, a tent's gonna be the most obvious thing, man.
But it's not really something that you can just look up in the air and see.
Can we
Oh, no,
climb
tents
something?
don't fly.
Is there someone? Okay, outside of the gray sword, is there anyone around?
Not at the moment.
Okay, we walk towards whatever serves as a main thoroughfare in this district.
hmm
In fact, is there a central, I don't know,
Plaza sort of deal.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Then we head generally that a ways.
All right. You make your way there, and the Central Plaza is indeed what you figure out. I mean, even though this was used as a prison camp, it was some attempt at urban planning to, fit more prisoners in here.
Yeah, it's the exercise yard. It's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty much. So the Central Plaza, well, there are people here, but they're not really looking to talk. Most people in this area just kind of shift from a building to another building and don't really like to talk to people.
Okay, are there any tents?
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
Is there a taller building that maybe we could climb up, get a view?
They're all, well, climbing one of these buildings is a bad idea. But more than that, there's not really a...
There's no bales of hay to jump into at the bottom.
This is Sharn, so the tops of the buildings become the bottoms of other buildings.
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get higher up, maybe we could see a black tent. That's my theory.
Not really, no.
Can we try to pay
Probably not
off
much
one of these
light down
people?
here, actually.
Not terribly a lot, no. It's sort of a dull gray. I mean, there's obviously, artifice lights
Yeah.
that have continual light spells in them.
All right.
Very bad lighting. So yeah, the tallest building is probably actually the Gray Sword.
Huh. And there's no black tent on top of that.
No.
Well, so this is a counselor that we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have a skill that might help them, I don't know,
Find a counselor?
yeah?
Or, a skill like navigation or pathfinding.
I've got
I have
Streetwise.
I've got pathfinding.
Well, those are all work.
I have no street game. It's all about studying in libraries. Where is a library?
Was that your role?
Yes. I don't navigate very well.
We end
Okay,
up back at the Grey Sword.
Son of a bitch.
Why did I do that? All right, so
Mark
Jared,
Test
you were rolling
Pathfinder
skill.
quite well. Yeah. Skilled.
In fact, Rook, you do find the black tent. It is actually
Hooray.
positioned more towards not. I've already lost the map. Shit.
It's not even a tent at all. You find out. You're like, what is this shit?
No, it leads to the Cogs Gate district. The gate does, but it's positioned kind of near there, and the reason for that is probably because of the Sharn Watch office in that area.
Right.
However,
Uh-huh.
as you get within sight of the black tent and you point it out, a certain halfling with a saw of hand wheels around the corner,
Duh!
and we'll stop there for the night.
Duh!
All right.
Dun dun dun!
Dun dun dun.
Interesting.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is the increase in narrative is very interesting.
Well, I tried doing different things, and of course, it's a system that's based more on narrativeness.
Yeah, and all of us kind of creating it together.
Indeed.
Like the Warforged semaphore eye blink communication that's now totally canon.
Yeah,
Totally canon.
And Matt's fixation on theme bars.
I can't help it.
As every bar has to have a theme, it's law in Sharn.
Right.
It's like inspectors that come in. What's your theme?
Weird ass city, by the way.
Sharn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That picture that you're looking at is not like actually how it looks. That's just kind of a strata kind of cutaway.
Yeah. Well, like on the stream, I've got like the layered, like upper city, middle city, lower city
Yeah.
thing. And it's like, wow, we're in Midgard.
You know how sad it is? I can't even watch tabletop on Twitch on your channel.
I think
Oh.
I need to give you the thing to. There's another way to view the Twitches. It might work better for you.
The tweeches. Yeah.
Twitches.
I've been
Well-
watching that Critical Role one. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Made me feel quite like
Yeah.
we weren't keeping up.
Ooh.
No?
Well, they're all
Yeah,
voice
I
actors,
think-
right?
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's hardly fair.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not fair at all. They're professionals, and I'm just like, ah. Well, we've got Matt's dwarf voice, and
My incredibly spotty John Wayne impression.
and Steve tries to do some accents to mix up the NPCs,
Uh-huh.
I try. I don't do very well, but
and Mike has now locked himself into having to make hissing noises all the time for the whole rest of the campaign. By the way, this is going 2 years.
It's not even a snake. Dragons don't really hiss. I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm some sort of New York guy who wants pizza.
He's just from Jersey.
I suppose you're stuck with her.
I'll kill you, Farrell.
they make him do the takeout order, and he's like, I want a strawberry shake. And he just goes, fuck you guys.
I was once a man.
Super salami sub.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how other broadcasters do tabletop on Twitch.
Yeah.
Even on YouTube, like there's that role play one where it's like the DM and the three dudes that he runs with, they've all just got their face cams on, and I don't think any of the three participants, like the players, really have to do any of the number work. The DM pretty much does all the dice rolls and everything like right in front of him,
Yeah.
and it's just like heavily narrative and such.
Yeah,
But the dice rolling's part of the fun.
the GM doing all the dice rolls themselves is a viable way of doing games, and it gives the GM a lot of control. But one thing you'll probably notice about my preference with tabletop systems is I like them a bit crunchier because I like the element of like something crazy could happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like that's one of my problems with like really super narrative systems like Fate. But Fate is good. But I mean, Fate, I can acknowledge that it's good because it does give like it does put a lot of control in the player's hands.
I do. This does too. You guys didn't really use action points that much, but there wasn't really much of a point to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How many action points should we have?
one at the moment.
Unless we decided that somebody did something really cool.
None of you spoke up.
We didn't.
Yeah,
But
we
we're
didn't.
still getting used to the system anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
That was really cool.
No one did anything cool anyway. We were all really boring.
Yeah, it's true.
We should all be
Yeah.
ashamed of ourselves.
Our number of subscribers have just gone right through the floor. It's just me. It's just gonna be like 3 comments about when Dragon Age is coming back. And Steve's
Or-
just like, oh.
Damn.
Or Edge of the Empire,
Or Edge of
or
the
Double
Empire.
Cross. They really like double cross for some reason.
You'd think Edge of the Empire after what came out today, but
You'd think, but no.
you'd think no.
Don't want
But
time.
But it's
Force-
not a
Come
great
on.
system.
Force and Destiny isn't out yet.
Everyone
Yeah.
has to play BB-8.
I love that that's a practical effect.
As we discussed earlier, I mean, it's just another fake trailer.
Good night, folks.
Were
So
you
long.
here for that, Jared?
No.
I don't know if you
Probably
want
for
to be.
the best.
Yeah, I showed the teaser to somebody at work, and they were like, "Huh? I mean, it looks like it's real, but a couple months back, somebody showed me this spoof trailer with a black stormtrooper."
Oh yeah, there were some people who got super racist about that on Reddit.
It was ludicrous.
Well, it's more. He flat out didn't think it was real. He thought it was a spoof.
Yeah.
It's just
And-
odd that the reason he thinks
It's a bad
spoof
choice of words. It's ludicrous. Like,
is
it's not
that the
ludicrous.
Stormtrooper is
They don't
black.
look the same.
Oh, that's not ludicrous. That's a different actor.
Come on.
Oh.
Aw.
I was gonna say there's also the part where by that time in the storyline they're not clones anymore because the clones are all probably dead.
No, Stormtroopers were never clones. God damn.
I thought some of them were,
No.
and then they
Not by
like
the
phased
movies.
them out.
Yeah, they all died because
They all got
of the
old
syphilis.
They
No,
were
well,
engineered
no,
to
I meant,
live
like-
for 5 years, I think.
The Empire, I meant like the Empire
the time
came
of, like-
in a lot. You know, like the elite troopers got shuffled into the stormtroopers, and then they started dying off after that.
Yeah, but by, like, anything that's actually been shown, they weren't clones anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, by Rebels, they're not clones.
Those clones only live for
Even
5
though they are
years.
all voiced by David Lucas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream there.
Okay.
Not the stream, rather. I'm going to end my
The
recording. And I hope that you'll join us next week as we confront Ripsaw, the human what wishes he was a Warforged.
But he's not human, he's a halfling.
He's a halfling.
You said he looked
What if-
like a deformed halfling. You never
What
said
if
he
he's
was a
not
halfling.
That's true. What if he's not a halfling?
Oh,
Just
I
be
could've
a
been
He's
really-
just a short, angry
What
man.
happens?
Really short
what
human.
happens in a fantasy setting with dwarves and halflings if somebody was actually born a midget?
Mind
With dwarfism?
Yeah.
I think they just come out as a dwarf, and
Maybe
there's a
they
lot of
should-
doubt as to the father's identity.
Maybe they should consult their stone sense.
What if you were a dwarf with gigantism?
Well, before this goes any further,
You just become a human.
good night, folks, and we'll see you next time. So until then, all the best.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.